Welcome back to Radical Pro Gaming. Today we're doing something really interesting. It involves AI. So, AI is really cool and it can do a lot of things, including creating content. Like, it can make hilarious memes, inspiring motivational quotes, the thumbnail for this video. And I'm going to test it even more by creating a tabs faction. Now, how I'm going to do this is I'm using this text generator AI. And how this works is I type something in here. Just anything I want. Like, this is a sentence. And now I click submit and I wait. And bam, some beautiful writing. Okay. You can see how wonderful this AI is, doing what it is doing, whatever that thing may be. I'm going to use it to create a tabs faction, as I've said. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to write out a little incomplete sentence. Now, since I put a comma at the end, what I'm hoping is gonna happen is it's gonna think, that's incomplete, I gotta finish this list. And then it's going to list out some great tabs units. And I'm gonna create those units in tabs. The horse. Great! The horse! There's already horses, but let's see what it says after that. Trainer tabs, brought by the Blacksmith, a man named Nothin in the Shire, after who is the head of the party, or perhaps he is the head quartermaster at Talsbane, in Talsbane. That is, in Lorcaine, or something along the lines of the area of some sort belonging to a castle R. Great! Okay, so Nothane. He's our first unit. Nothane. That's really great. And he has knight's gauntlets, throwing spear, and hand axe. Good to know. That's exactly what I was looking for. Even the old school warrior, the first one in an order. Good to know. So, I'm putting even the old school warrior on the list. What is good teaching to you tabs units is that by not having an effective technique, you are forced to use what you have learned, and that's where the problems come to be. Okay. Apparently that's where the problems come from. Bard, swordsman, sorcerer. There's already a bard, there's already a swordsman. There is not a sorcerer, but those are the ones who have completed the tabs requirements in the game and have got the tabs to wear. And I have a few more on the list too, but in general I would say that you should try to do the tabs at least twice a day, each time with a goal in mind. If you find mistakes or things to say you have made in the tabs that you want to repeat, then the next time your tabs are done, please email me at cbs2b@yahoo.com to let me know, to tell me what you made, or I might add others. This is my first tabs. But I also have a few examples of others with great ideas of what they should add. I do recommend that you post your tabs at my tabs page if you know what to expect, and to be sure if it doesn't look right, you'll have to follow it with lots of other tabs that were already posted elsewhere this year. Please post the number of times to the FAQ. It is very helpful. Also, if you're a teacher, have your tabs posted. Even that's really nice to know. If you got it, very nice. Also very important. Also, so you know, most of that was one sentence because it's imitating my it's imitating my writing style, which my writing style is entirely commas because it's an incomplete list. So, wow. So the following are good tabs units: Spear Thrower, Boxer, King, Scarecrow, Sorcerer, and Saber. Here's a little background if you're curious. I am very curious. I wrote the tabs for the game Star Trek. I designed them using the single laser pulse laser gun. I created a single laser pulse and put it in the top center of the screen. The best way my game could show your game is to use a laser pulse. A laser pulse has the ability to generate a pattern more than 5 meters away at the center. I then scanned and shot through the laser in real time. The laser pulse would look very similar to what you'd see on screen. Putting the Sorcerer on the list. I think I'm going to get one more unit to really round out this faction. Spear Thrower, Boxer, King, Scarecrow, King Squire, King Wizard, and God of the Lake. Ranged weapon, Safeguard, Reveal, ranged weapon in hand. Bow, a bow that takes 3 seconds, and not as long as a regular bow, but with longer duration to make it more manageable. The bow uses bowstrings to open and close doors. A bow that fires arrows on a regular rate of 3 is considered to have a faster arrow speed, the same as a gun. It has several methods to craft bows that can deal fire and damage. They are found on most weapons at the start of the game. In most weapons like bows, arrows, axes, and magic arrows. As an aid when getting started with the game, there are some different methods and various ones are linked in the wiki. So, that's going on the list. This is the final list. The Nothin, even the old school warrior, the sorcerer, the roarcer, the king squire, king wizard, god of the lake. It's perfect. I'll be back when these are completely made and wonderful. I'm back. And I've created all of the units that the AI has requested. I'm going to show them to you. First, Sorcerer. It doesn't have any abilities at all. It's basically a peasant. Just the only request the AI made was that it had lots of tabs, and it does. It has so many tabs. Next is everyone's favorite, even the old school warrior, in parentheses, the first one in an order. It told me to not to teach it an effective technique, so I just made it really small because that's not an effective technique. And I think I might have failed because they're not dead yet, and that's too effective of a technique. But there's still time. Looks like a lot of time. It's been about 3 minutes, and there's only been one death, which is this peasant right here. So I don't think this is an effective technique for doing anything. Next is everyone's favorite, Nothin the Blacksmith, with his throwing spear and knight's gauntlet. That's the blacksmith part. It was the only hammer I could find. Next up, the King Squire King Wizard God of the Lake. You'd think with a name like that they'd be really good and powerful, but no. It's just a bow that takes long to reload. And finally, the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer wields a powerful single laser pulse laser. You know, from Star Trek, the video game. And as you can see, it's pretty good. So, in conclusion, the AI was, surprisingly good at making, a good sort of Tabs faction. Most of the units were pretty good, except for this guy, but the entire goal of this guy was for me to teach him ineffective techniques. Went on for a long time about why that was important. And I think, man, AI is great. Like and subscribe.